One of the most disorienting things that can happen as a business owner is to have success. That marketing campaign ticks off, that product is a hit, that launch is a win. We love it. Then 2 weeks later, cash feels tight. Nothing specifically went wrong, and yet it doesn't feel fine. This is a cash flow timing problem, and it's a little bit different than the profitability challenges we were talking about in the last two episodes. Even profitable businesses can have cash flow challenges. This is all about timing. Profitable businesses can have cash flow struggles, and they're not the same thing. Profitability looks at, are you making money over time? Cash flow addresses, do we have money right now? You've heard these challenges before. Do we have money to pay payroll? Do we have money to pay our bills, our operating expenses? That's a cash flow challenge. Even if throughout the year, yes, we are showing up profitable. Yes. So you can be profitable on paper, but still feel the squeeze. And honestly, that squeeze can be equally as stressful as not being profitable. But of course, if you keep an eye on this and you have awareness of how cash flow moves throughout your company, you're going to be able to better plan for it and way reduce the stress levels. So if to date you haven't had cash flow challenges, I want to commend you. And I still want to encourage you to put a system in place to monitor cash flow in your business and plan ahead. In a growing company, cash strain can emerge because when you're growing, investments often come before you see the cash. You're hiring, you're investing in building that product, you're investing in that marketing campaign, and you're going to see the return on that investment after. But first, you've got to make the investments. And where does that come from? The cash flow in your business. So that growth is an amazing thing, but we've got to watch how it's happening and the timing of it as it flows through our business so it doesn't create stress and a challenge. And you can actually enjoy the growth and enjoy serving your clients and customers without feeling like you're in a pinch behind the scenes. So let me give you a few more examples of how this may impact you in your business. Number one, payment plans. Let's say you sold something that is a $20,000 investment from your client. However, they're going to be paying over time, a couple $1,000s a month throughout the year. This could create cash flow challenges if you have to make an investment up front to deliver that product or service, or if you already made an investment in the marketing campaign, but you're not going to see the return on that until the end of the year. For example, maybe you invested $5,000 to get that client with the marketing that you did for that, but you're not seeing the return on that until the third month in. Another one that I already mentioned is ad spend. You might be investing in ads, but you're not going to see the return until that marketing campaign is complete or until it starts to work for you if you're in a testing phase. So, to start to give yourself ease around what is coming and what your investments are and what's going, I want to invite you to just build a simple spreadsheet. Don't worry, this is not going to be complex. And what you need to know is what is committed to be coming in each month. These are your sales that you have generated, but you haven't yet received that cash as revenue yet. So you want to forecast out in the next 3 to 6 months, I have this cash that will be coming in. Now, against that, you're going to identify what expenses you also have going out. When you look at the cash expected to come in against the expenses expected to be paid out, you're going to see month to month if you are up or if you are down. If you are down in any given months, this is going to point to an area where you may want to leave yourself a cash cushion. Now, I know sometimes it's hard to build up a cash cushion when you are in growth mode. So I encourage all of us as business owners to be thinking about this in advance so we can start to think, what can I set aside now to help me build up a 3 to 6 month cash cushion so I can cover my operating expenses for the next 3 to 6 months should there be any cash flow challenges. Unpredictable cash flow is truly one of the most stressful things that you will come across in running a business. It feels like it's completely invisible until it isn't when it comes out of nowhere. But once you understand how this works and you start to watch it in your business, it's not going to feel like such a shock to the system, and you're going to be able to actually manage it. Once you have awareness of all of this, it's going to give you a lot of peace of mind and confidence in how you manage your company. It might even impact how you structure payment plans or how you structure contracts. It might impact the marketing campaign schedule that you have throughout the year and how you invest in your product orders. So, with that, if you are not taking a peek at your cash flow from time to time, now is a perfect time to take the first look at this and map out what the next 3 to 6 months look like for your incoming cash, your outgoing expenses, and therefore the cash that you have left at the end of each month and what that looks like over time. It's a simple exercise, but I know it can sometimes feel overwhelming. So pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea and turn on some good music and allow yourself a beautiful environment while you dig into these numbers. You are 100% right on time to take a look at these numbers.